Hi kids, it's story time now. How many of you are fond of stories? Do you like to listen stories? Okay, so I'm going to tell you one story today, that is The Greedy Dog. Greedy Dog. All right, let's begin the story. There was a dog that was very hungry. He searched for food everywhere, and at last he found a bone. He picked the bone with his mouth and started going back to his home. There was a bridge on the way to his home. When he started crossing the bridge, it saw his reflection in the water. The dog thought that there was another dog with a bone in water. He wanted to get that other bone too. So he started barking at his own reflection. His bone fell in water as soon as he opened his mouth. The greedy dog lost his bone. So, what do you get from this story? The moral of the story is don't be greedy. It's so simple that you don't have to be greedy all the times. The new story for you. You must like this story very much. Do you read stories in your free time? Are you reading in the lockdown or free time? I hope so. So this is a good book for you. There are a lot of stories that you can read. Whenever you are free, just take out your English book or any Hindi book or any story book and start reading that book. So I am going to start a new story with you, Aladdin and the Magic Lamp. As I earlier discussed their word meanings, the difficult words of this chapter, so that you can understand the story very well. So in this segment I am going to read out the story and then I am going to explain that also side by side. Aladdin and the Magic Lamp. The story we are going to start with. The character in this story are the magician, an old man, a stranger, and the Aladdin. These are main two characters in this. Alright, let's start with the story. I am reading the story. Aladdin and the Magic Lamp. Aladdin was playing with his friends in the street. The stranger saw him. He liked the boy and thought, this is the kind of boy I want. He is daring and bold. Going up to Aladdin, he said, I am your uncle. Your dead father was my brother. Take me to your house. I am very keen to meet your mother. When they reached the house, the stranger took out some wonderful gifts. He had brought fine clothes, fresh fruits, and food. The poor woman was surprised. Here are some gifts for you. I really want to look after my brother's family, said the stranger. Now, the explanation of this paragraph is that there is one boy called Aladdin. He was playing with his friends, as you all play with your friends in the street. So he was also playing. A stranger suddenly comes there and he traces or he looks after Aladdin. He is looking and he is feeling in his mind that yes, this is the boy. This is that type of boy that I needed. He needed a boy who is very bold and daring. So he chosen that boy and then he went to Aladdin soon. What he did? He went to Aladdin. You know the name, word meaning is stranger. You know, stranger is the person whom we don't know. So the stranger went to Aladdin and Aladdin listened to him. The stranger said to him that I am your uncle. How he is your uncle? He told him that I am your dead father's brother. I am your dead father's brother. Take me to your house and I want to meet your mother. So Aladdin did the same. He took him to his house and he met him with his mother. Now when he went home, so he brought some wonderful gifts for them, like fresh fruits, food, some cloths for them. And he went there and he told his mother that I am your dead husband's brother and I want you to all look after you all. I have brought something for you, these gifts, accept these gifts. And the mother was very surprised. She was very surprised because she never ever seen that stranger before. Aladdin was very happy by getting those fine clothes. He thought that his uncle is very good. Segment. Next is Aladdin liked his new clothes and his new uncle. In fact, the stranger was a magician. He was old and sly. He wanted to use Aladdin for his own gain. One evening, Aladdin's so-called uncle took him to a wonderful garden. There he collected some dry leaves and wood. He lit a fire. The old man threw in some magic powder. At once everything shook and the ground caved in. Aladdin could not believe his eyes. Go down the steps, Aladdin. At the end, you will come to a temple in a garden. In a niche, you will find a little lamp burning. Blow out that lamp and bring it to me, the old man told Aladdin. He also gave him a magic ring to keep him from all harm. Aladdin did exactly as he was told. Now, the explanation of this paragraph. We were there that Aladdin was liking his new uncle. He thought he is very good. He had brought good clothes for me. So he was very happy. One day that stranger or the uncle take Aladdin to a garden where he lit a fire by using some dry leaves and wood, and then he scattered some magic powder over there, which suddenly shook and it make a cave in the ground. Suddenly it make a cave in the ground, and at once the ground caved in, and Aladdin was very surprised. He could not believe on his eyes. So now what he is saying, the stranger, who was he? He was a magician and a sly. Sly means the person who is deceitful, means he is using someone for his own gain. So he was using Aladdin for his own gain. He wants from him something. Now what did he told Aladdin to do? He told him to go down the steps. Then he said, you will find a temple in a garden. When you go down, you will find a temple in a garden, and then there in a niche is a hollow space that is generally in the walls for decoration purposes. We keep out something in that hollow space for decoration purpose in our drawing rooms. Earlier it used to have. Nowadays they are not in trend, but earlier we used to have niches in the walls. So he said there will be a lighting lamp in that niche, and you have to blow out that lamp and bring it to me. I want that lamp. So Aladdin, he also gave him a magic ring, so that if he is in any harm, so he can use that ring for that purpose, for help. So he gave that ring also. So Aladdin did the same. He went down the steps. Now when he went down the narrow steps, he found himself in a cave filled with treasure. He saw a golden tree with fruits of rubies and emeralds. The ground was covered with heaps of gold. Priceless gems and other treasures were scattered about. He put a handful of gems into the pockets. At last, he picked up the lamp and came up the steps. It was not easy for Aladdin to climb up the steps with the lamp in one hand. Please help me, uncle, said Aladdin. However, The old man wanted only the lamp. When Aladdin did not give him the lamp, the old man placed a boulder at the opening of the cave and went away. Aladdin sat on the steps and began to cry. By chance, he rubbed the magic ring, and behold, a genie stood before. Now, what does this mean? That the Aladdin did the same as the stranger told him. Actually, the stranger was a magician, right? You know that. So, the Aladdin did the same thing. Story, we were there that a genie, by rubbing the ring, come behold before the Aladdin. So he said, I am the genie of the ring. Tell me what to do. I can take you wherever you want to go. Take me home, said Aladdin. And to his surprise, he soon found himself with his mother. The two were very happy. They sold all the gems and lived happily. One day, Aladdin saw the old lamp which he had brought from the cave. It was lying in a corner of the house. Let me clean it, he thought. The minute he rubbed it, a voice like thunder, like thunder roared, I am the genie of the lamp. I am your slave and you are my master. What do you wish for? So the explanation is that when he rubbed the ring, a genie comes before him and he is saying, sir, what can I do for you? You must have heard in the stories about genie. Genie is a jinn which helps the master, which fulfills the wishes of the master. He is in bottle. Alright, so he come from the ring by rubbing the ring. Now he is asking Aladdin that what to do. So Aladdin suddenly said, please take me to home. And as for his surprise, as he closed his eyes and he opened his eyes, so he was with his mother at home. So they were very happy. They sold all the rubies that were brought by him from the cave in his pockets. They sold them and became rich, and they lived happily. So one day, what Aladdin was doing, he was cleaning his house. He saw that lamp which he had brought from the cave. So he thought to clean it. He thought, I will clean this lamp. So much dust is over it, so I am going to clean it. And as and when he rubbed that lamp to clean it off, there was once again a genie arrived. So genie said, a thunder roared, come there. So genie said that I am your slave and you are my master. What do you want to do from me? So he said like this, and this is still there. The story is still there. Now I am going to continue the story. I am going to read. Aladdin was surprised. Soon, with the help of the magic lamp, he became the richest man in his city. He married a princess and lived in a palace. Every wish of his was fulfilled. The powerful magician had gone away for some time, but was soon back. With time he had another plan. He took a basket full of lamps and went around calling out in the streets, change your old lamp for a new one. One of the Aladdin's helper heard his call. She told the princess, who gave the old lamp and got a new one in exchange. She had no idea that the old lamp was in fact the magic lamp. When Aladdin came back, he realized that the magician had tricked him. However, it was too late. The old man had taken away his palace and the princess too. Now what happens after genie arises from rubbing the lamp? So, with the help of that lamp, the Aladdin and his mother became the richest family in that city. He was the richest man in that city. He was living in a palace now, and he married to a princess now, and they were living very, very happily. But what happened one day, the magician went away, but when he suddenly came back one day, he thought of a trick because he wanted that lamp from Aladdin at any cost. So he thought of a trick. He had a new plan this time. What was his plan? He brought some basket full of lamps, and he started shouting in the streets that please replace your old lamp with a new one, replace your old lamp with a new one. So he did like that. One of the worker of the Aladdin, he found shouting him. She found shouting him, and she went suddenly to the princess, and they both decided to give their old lamp to the old man, the magician. He was playing a trick. So they were not aware. The princess and her helper was not aware that this lamp was a magic lamp. So they gave him the lamp to the old man. They sold him and take a new one from him. So what happened next is he took away the palace and the princess also from him, the old man. He took all things from Aladdin. Now Aladdin is again poor now. When he heard about that trick, so he got understand that yes, I am being tricked by the magician. Continuing with the story, we were there that a genie, by rubbing the ring. Now, once again, Aladdin took up the help of magic ring. With the help of the genie of the ring, he found the princess. Aladdin bought a powder and asked the princess to mix it in the magician's drink. As soon as the magician drank it, he fell unconscious. Aladdin found the magic lamp and that the magician had stolen from him and rubbed it. The genie appeared. He asked the genie to bring the palace back to the city, which the genie did at once. Aladdin and the princess lived happily for many, many years. So this is almost the end of the story, that when he got understood the trick, that the magician had played a trick with him, he wanted to take his palace and princess back. So he played a trick again. He rubbed that ring again. Once again he rubbed that ring, and with the help of the genie of the ring, he found his princess. And when he found his princess, he brought some powder to he gave it to the princess that she should mix that powder in the drink of that magician. So as soon as he drank that drink, so he felt unconscious, and then suddenly Aladdin was there. He took that lamp and then he rubbed that lamp again. The genie of the lamp arrived there. He helped Aladdin to bring back his palace and princess. And then this is the end, that they both, princess and Aladdin, they lived happy for so many years. So Aladdin was a stranger who was very bad. He used Aladdin for his own purpose. So that's why we used to say you that you have to stay away from the strangers. Strangers are the person whom we don't know. So no need to talk to the strangers. No need to take anything, buy anything from the strangers. That's your moral of this story. Thank you so much.
It was a hot day. A crow felt very thirsty. He could not find any water to drink. He saw a pitcher. He looked into the pitcher and found some water. But the neck of the pitcher was too narrow. He could not reach the water. He was very thirsty. He thought of a solution. The crow put some pebbles in the pitcher. As the crow put in more pebbles, the water in the pitcher started to rise. The crow could now drink the water. So, what do we learn from this story? The moral of the story is that, if you think and work hard, you can find solutions to your problems.
We are going to do a new story today, that is Down, Down, Down. which is taken from a novel Alice in the Wonderland, written by Lewis Carroll. So we will read this story, but before that, I want you to do one thing. Close your eyes, all of you, and then feel the imaginations of your dream world, which you can't see in this world. Something very strange that is going to happen. Okay, now come back. So why I told you to do this? Because today we are going to read that story that is about little girl Alice. You must have heard her name in the stories, in the storybooks, or in the cartoons. So she is a girl, small little girl. She falls into a well, and it is a very strange adventure. So we are going to read about her today. Alright, so I am going to start reading that story and I will explain you also side by side. Yes, I am reading this story. Down, down, down. Alice was beginning to get very tired of sitting by her sister on the river bank and doing nothing. Once or twice she had peeped into the book her sister was reading, but it had no pictures or conversations in it. What is the use of a book, thought Alice, without pictures or conversations? So she was thinking, when suddenly a white rabbit with pink eyes ran close by her. The rabbit seemed worried. It said to itself, oh dear, I shall be late." It took a watch out of its waistcoat pocket, looked at it, and then hurried on. What does it mean? That there is a little girl, Alice, who is sitting with her sister on the river bank, and her sister is reading a book, but Alice is not getting interest in that book because of there was no pictures, no conversations in it. So she was thinking by herself that what is the use of reading that book which has no conversations and no pictures. So while she was thinking that, she suddenly saw a white rabbit with pink eyes which was running close to her. And what the rabbit was doing, it was running. It was very worried and in a hurry because it was getting late to go somewhere. So it was telling to himself that I am late, and it suddenly take out a waist watch out of its waistcoat. So looked at the time and then hurried. Moving on to the story, Alice jumped to her feet. She had never before seen a rabbit with either a waistcoat pocket or a watch to take out of it. She ran across the field after it. She was just in time to see it pop down a large rabbit hole under some bushes. In another moment, down went. So, the Alice jumped to her feet. She had never before seen a rabbit who has a waistcoat, who is wearing a waistcoat and also is having a watch. She ran across that rabbit because she was feeling bored. So as she saw the rabbit, she started running after him, and she don't know where she is going, but she is just running after the rabbit. Suddenly the rabbit goes into a hole under some bushes. So another moment she went after him. After a fall like this, I shall think nothing of tumbling downstairs. How brave they'll all think me at home. Down, down, down. Would the fall never come to an end? I wonder how many miles I have fallen by this time, she said aloud. I must be getting close to the center of the earth. Let me see. That would be 4,000 miles down. I think yes, that's about the right distance. She began again. I wonder if I shall fall right through the earth. How funny it will seem to come out among the people that walk with their heads downward. Down, down, down. There was nothing else to do, so Alice soon began talking again. Dina will miss me very much tonight, I should think. Dina was the cat. I hope they'll remember her saucer of milk at tea time, Dina, my dear. She has nothing to do in the well. She is just sitting and she is measuring the distance, how much distance she has fallen down. So she thought that it must be 4,000 miles down, and this is the right distance, and she is thinking that her family must be missing her, and Dina, her cat, is going to missing her tonight, and she's thinking that her family will give the Dina, the cat, the milk saucer at time of their tea time. So will they remember to serve the cat or not? Alice, after it, never once thinking how she was to get out again. The rabbit hole went straight on like a tunnel for some way and then dropped down. So suddenly that Alice found herself falling down a very deep well. Either the well was very deep or she fell very slowly, for she had plenty of time as she went down to look about her and to wonder what was going to happen next. In this, the author wants to say that Alice, she was not thinking that where she is going. She was just running after the rabbit, and when it went into a hole, the straight tunnel somewhere, so she dropped down there in a well. She don't think that she will fall in the well, but she fell into the deep well. That well was very deep, or she fell slowly. She not got hurt, and there's a plenty of time as she went down to look about her and to wonder what was going to happen next. She was not thinking that what is going to happen next with her. She looked at the sides of the well and noticed that they were filled with cupboards and bookshelves. Here and there she saw maps and pictures hung upon pegs. She took down a jar from one of the shelves as she passed. It was labeled orange marmalade, but to her great disappointment it was empty. She managed to put it into one of the cupboards as she fell past it. Well, thought Alice to herself. She looked at the sides of the well. She was looking here and there in the well when she fell into the well. She was looking here and there, and what she noticed there, she noticed that there are cupboards and bookshelves in the well. So what she did, she took out a jar from there that is labeled with orange marmalade, but that jar was empty. Disappointment was there that it was empty. She managed to put it back from where she has taken from the cupboards. Now she is thinking something again. I wish you were here. There are no mice in the air, but you might catch a bat, and that's very like a mouse, you know. But do cats eat bats? I wonder. And then Alice began to get rather sleepy and went on saying to herself in a dreamy sort of way, do cats eat bats? Do cats eat bat? Now what is she thinking? She is thinking that I wish Dina was with her in this well, and there are no mice she can eat, so she can eat bats there. So she is feeling that she should be here with her, and Alice then, do bats eat cats? She couldn't answer either question, so it didn't much matter which way she put it. She felt that she was dozing off and had just begun to dream that she was walking hand in hand with Dina, when suddenly thump thump down she came upon a heap of sticks and dry leaves, and the fall was over. Alice was not a bit hurt, and she jumped up onto her feet in a moment. Before her was another long passage, and the white rabbit was still in sight, hurrying down it. Alice ran like the wind, chasing after the rabbit. She was just in time to hear it say, as it turned a corner, "Oh, my ears and whiskers, how late it's getting." Now she was thinking in her dream that whether the cats can eat bats or not. She couldn't answer this question because she don't know this matter. She felt she is dreaming, and now she is walking hand in hand with Dina. She was feeling in her dream that Dina is with her only there in the well. So suddenly she is now fallen down actually, and she didn't get hurt. She jumped onto her feet there for a moment, and was in another long passage, and White Rabbit was still in sight that was hurrying down it. Alice can like the wind chasing after the rabbit. She was just in time to hear it say that it turned corner now. Oh my ears and whiskers, how late it's getting. He is again saying that it's getting late. So that was all from the story. Dum, dum, dum.